And of course, on the blue corner, we have Solomon Muli. Judges number 1, Charles Juma. Judges number 2, Judge number 2, Eric Oamo. Judge number 3, George Uthman. Referee, Francis Orlando. Supervisor, Franklin Imbenzi. Timekeeper, Ruben Odipo. Ladies and gentlemen, super bantamweight, 6 rounds, getting ready. Alright, so coming to the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring. Red corner, Dalmas Chalo. What people call here, Dalmas Chalo? Let's appreciate Dalmas Chalo. Coming to the ring, red corner.
Amesema blue ama red?
Yeah, right.
Blue ama red?
Coming to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Dalmas Chalo, red corner. What people call here, what people call here? This is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the ring. Yeah, right. Dalmas Chalo. Dalmas Chalo weighs in at 55.90 kilograms. Very solid. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Solomon Muli, blue corner. Wapi makofi ya Solomon Muli. All right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Solomon Muli. Alright. Judges, technical team, everyone ready? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 6 rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, round 1 brought to you by Sporty Bets. Bosses, instructions from the referee.
Welcome to Vurugu 2, proudly brought to you by Oga Obinna Unsported. Round 1. I will be your main commentator, Peter Silva, alongside 4 heavyweights, a 4-time and bantamweight champion and 2-time Olympian, 2-time Commonwealth medalist, top of the units, and the most decorated force of this generation, Benson Kasharu. Next on number 2, playing the bosses right here, Dallas Chalo.
Yeah.
Remember, Davis Tower in black and gold stripes. That's one of the most celebrated teams in the country. That is the Dallas machinery. And we know our Dallas. And we know our Fiverr for the book at Dallas. That's the one we do in the States. And we do that as one of the things that we are working with. We also have someone who in that class, and the second is voting in 2022. Somebody is voting in 2022. We have 3 fights, 1 win and 2 losses. A very fortunate for the summer. For good happens, the United Boys in the local district of Sunday are from a very strong. It's a very disturbing in the company. Because we have to be sometimes you will follow and you take it out of the record.
Have you realized that?
Guys, they're all progressive. I can see sometimes the substitutions break down. Sometimes it's not very aggressive coming in. The problem is you're only looking for some killer punches instead of something like that. I'm not seeing is that. I can see a drop from Tiago. Really good counter from Tiago. So working a bit, motivating his stance, it's all good. Napakaganda left from Tiago, still on the southpaw position. A very good drop from Tiago. A very good drop from Tiago. Still going back to southpaw position. Trying to get in the double down. But no, it's pretty. Such a very good head movement from Muli. I want to Muli. He gaining confidence as the rounds progressing. I think he's growing confidence as the rounds progress. And right now, he's actually asking questions that he not answer the question that you can see. Look at this, about his bench into the 6th round. If you ask me the same thing in the first round, I will tell you this shit. This is still really good. I was thinking quite good group at this second round. It's not true because Moon is very confident. Moon is trying to put my finisher. Really head open in the top. Tiago should come up with a long hand. Why not you have the stop already? He's getting confidence as he goes through it. Oh yes! And he's able to stand his ground right now. you can see, it's becoming more and more problem for both positions. Now, almost in the middle of the fight, because in the top round, you can see that he's still looking strong, although he's taking quite a bit of a punch of it.
Really hard, really fighting, really coming back after the original class.
He's really punching, well, but that's enough. I think this is one of those boxers who don't feel like to start strong, but he's a very strong finisher
he's getting moving the ground for a way.
There's one boxer who's going to be really strong because he can feel it now.
Make some noise for the fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are here because Sportivate made it possible. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, 2 up. Once your team is 2 goals up, you can cash out from Sportivate, okay? Get your wins. Ladies and gentlemen, in Sportivate, it's the only place where you are a winner, even when you lose. So you can cash out earlier when your team is losing. So ladies and gentlemen, download the Sportivate app. And of course, we are here brought to you by Obinna TV Studios. We are live right now. Watch. If you're at home, you can watch us live. Alright? So ladies and gentlemen,
Segunda sábado de round number 4.
Maybe for those who are watching at home, that was only the one in the black and the middle stripes, or maybe the one in the black front, the purple black front. I'm going to be heading in for a movie. I don't know why I'm not seeing any black from both boxers.
Yeah, it is becoming a very interesting ball game. Remember, Khalid is black trunks with gold, 3 gold stripes. Then Mahindu is playing black trunks. And there we are. The middle box is sitting now is going to be the top of the second group because right now there are pretty much a lot of exchanges, especially in this fourth round, which has started very strongly for both fellow candidates. Especially Vurugu was growing confidence over time.
It's a very positive outcome for music. Exchanging outside of the training, and like the past 2 months, when you guys got ready, going back to the field, that was like,
I believe it looked very easy for Oga Obinna, but right now I can see the competition is getting steeper and steeper as the rounds progress because the remaining is about 2.5 rounds right now. But we see moving in the season and maybe the coaches in the country wanting to do this job very well.
the past 2 rounds I wasn't seeing these kind of using some drugs. When you go to the right and go, move it back, and move it back. If you look at the round very good, I really hard right to, because the right side and the right to, I really hard right to compare.
Yeah, that was a very hard player. I won't be running for my back to struggle. And you can tell that he's enjoying himself right now. And I think this will be a takeaway. This will definitely be a takeaway. I cannot see this one continue. And remember, I could tell that is definitely a takeaway. That's a start with this 4 pounds, you know what? Yes, as many does not shallow, with 4 5 kilos, that's a TKO for taking Of course, that is his second win by knockout. Now he has 4 fights, 0 losses, 0 draws, and 4 wins.
All right. Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Milano Otieno. Wapi makofi kelele yake Milano Otieno. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the opponent on the blue corner. Wapi kelele yake Jacob Mahindu.
Time to play the game.
It's Jacob Mahindu.
Time to play the game.
You're right. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 6 rounds. It's a bantam weight. Jacob Mahindu coming to the stage. All right. Judges, team, let's ready. Round 1 brought to you by SportyBet.
Referee. See the medics for gloves.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, remember, Vurugu 2 is proudly brought to you by Obinna TV and SportyBet. I am your lead commentator. My name is Peter Kirumba, alongside Benson Gisharu. And now, we will be watching from the red corner, Chris Milano Otieno from Kayole Rapids Boxing Club. Started under former international coach Valdez Ochieng, and now under coach David Mailu. He has 6 fights, 6 wins, 0 losses, and 1 win by KO. He's fighting against Jacob Mahindu, who started his boxing in 2019 under coach the late Carlos Mude. He has 4 fights, 1 win, and 3 losses. How do you get this fight, Ben? I think this
is going to be a very entertaining bout, but I
looks
have
very
Chris
interesting
Milan.
when you look at the statistics. Looks very interesting.
Round number 1.
And even the height, Chris Milano seems to be taller than Mahindu. I hope Chris Milano will use his range well, while Mahindu is supposed to put him close, at least close the distance. Chris Milano, the one wearing the silver and the black trunk, while Jacob Mahindu, the one with the blue trunk. Jacob Mahindu seems to be the shorter boxer. I don't know why he should close the distance instead of to both in a bit, going back with the right. A very good jab from Chris. An uppercut on the left hook from Chris, going to the body. Going to the body again.
These are two boxers with very quick hands, you can see.
Yeah, they are
The
like
exchanges have started so early. Ooh.
an uppercut on the left hook from Chris, which seems to be wobble Jacob. A left hook from Chris again.
Yeah, this one is one of those fights that you can't afford to blink.
A jab on the left hook from Chris, going to the body and then coming up with the left hook. Going to the body with the right, but Mahindu pulls back. And Chris changing to southpaw stance. A very good one too from Chris. Throwing a curling jab.
I think these are two boxers that are trying to be a bit adventurous against each other. And there, Jacob Mahindu goes down. I think he got one left hook to the body.
But it wasn't that painful.
But I can see he's still strong. He still can get up and continue to fight. But that was a good punch to the body.
Yeah, that was a very good punch from Chris Milano, even though it was not that powerful. Throwing a calling jab. A calling jab again. I don't know what he's want to do. A jab, even though it's not effective.
Yeah, I think Milano is very good at using his jab, keeping his distance from his opponent.
Yeah, he's the taller boxer. He's using his height very well.
Yeah, because I can see he's using his height very well. He has a longer reach. Yeah, I think Milano has a longer reach, using his jab really well, and that is the end of the first round.
Yeah, I need to see Jacob Mahindu using his height as well, trying to go in, because you can't box a taller boxer when you're outside. You're supposed to close the distance with some head movement.
But I think Milano has used his height very well. He's kept his distance between himself and Mahindu.
Yeah, but Mahindu is the one playing backpedaling instead of going in. You see, he's the shorter boxer. He needs to understand that he's the shorter boxer. He needs to get in.
Yeah, he needs to get in there. But defensively, Chris Milano is doing very well because he's using his jab, he's using his reach, he's keeping his distance, making it very difficult for Mahindu to go in.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Secondas out of the ring, round number 2.
I hope
Secondas out of the ring, round number 2.
Because if it continues this way, continue getting punished.
Yeah, and there we have it. This is the second round, and let's wait and see whether whatever we saw in the first round continues in this round. Still both of them sizing each other, because I think the lessons of the first round have not left their system, so
a very good one too from Chris Milano.
yeah.
Going to the body with the right.
And again, Milano looks very, very quick on his feet.
Yeah, you can see Vix, a very good combination, a right, a uppercut and a right from Chris Milano.
It is becoming a bit easier for Milano to punch and get out, you know?
Yeah, because he's the taller boxer.
I wonder why sometimes there are some boxers that won't always keep their guard up, but they are very alert when they are being attacked. I wonder How? Because I think from the basics of boxing, you should always keep your guard.
Sometimes you use that at least to lure your opponent, so that when he tries to go the body, you can counter, or if he tries to go the head, you can counter.
Yeah, this backpedaling might even cost Jacob Mahindu this bout.
Sometimes they might cost you. Going the body with the left, he should come up with the right hook on top. A left, a right from Jacob with misses. A very good right hook from Kiss.
That was.
But he doesn't have a follow-up.
He gets it.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a follow-up. He should follow up. Anytime you score,
sometimes it is always advisable when you score, you follow up and see whether you can put one or two more jabs in.
Yeah.
But still, Milano still doing well in this round. Continues where he left the first round. And I can tell, distance and his jab is his biggest...
Yeah, he understands his height very well.
Exactly.
A very good left, a very good right from Chris.
I think he had read his script very well coming into this bout, because he has kept his distance all throughout the first round. And this second round, he still continues the same way. Mahindu doing better in this round, trying to come in, but at the same time...
Yeah, he should take the fight to him. He should try at least to take the fight to him, because the way he's boxing, that's a losing battle. He should put him close.
Ladies and gentlemen, end of round 2. Round 3 brought to you by Sportybet. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you're 2 up, it means if your team is winning 2 goals up, you can take your money and enjoy it. You know, this is Sportybet, where you are a winner even when you're losing. All right?
Secondas out of the ring. Round number 3. Secondas out of the ring.
Any positive for Mahindu going into the third round?
Yeah, he should change the strategy. You see, the way he finished that third round, the last few seconds of the round, he should start that way. At least take the fight to Chris.
Yeah, but this Milano is one boxer who knows very well how to use his height. He's keeping his distance really, really well, using his jab to keep Mahindu away. And he's been effective in the first 2 rounds. Very effective.
Yeah, he has some very good punches, even though they are not that effective. But in terms of scoring, he's scoring really well. Jacob showboating a bit.
Yeah, I think
he got caught as he was going in.
Now.
Yeah, he got caught as he was going in.
You see, that is what he has been afraid of throughout. Getting caught as he's going in. The same thing that has happened to him in this third round. At the same time, at least this time he's trying to go in. He's doing better than he did in the first round. This one is looking better for Mahindu. Although his height is not his biggest advantage.
Yeah, he need to close the distance with some head movement and using angles. Yeah, I think he's getting confidence as the rounds progress. Good work from Jacob Mahindu this round. A right from Jacob. A jab from Chris. For those who are watching us from home, Chris Milano is the one with the black and silver trunk. Jacob Mahindu is the one with the blue trunk. Chris turning southpaw position, having his right hand and left hand forward, going to the body with the left, which Mahindu misses, a right and a left and a right from Chris.
Again, he's been caught twice when trying to go in, but at least he's going in confidence in this round.
Yeah.
He's done better than he's done in the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, he should go in as he's making some head movement. That way it will be hard for him to get caught.
Yeah, because I saw in the first 2 rounds, he was afraid of the risk of going in. He was kept at bay by Milano, but right now, I can see he's trying to do a punch for punch, pound for pound kind of style, but at the same time, it is becoming absolutely risky going in, but he's taking the risk.
Yeah, considering his height, he's taking the risk is worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely taking the risk is worthwhile as we finish the 3rd round.
Make some noise for the boxers, ladies and gentlemen. Obinna TV Studios making this happen in a big way, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we are powered by SportyBet TV. Here I download the application, watch World Cup matches live and different other games and matches as well.
Secondas out of the ring. Round number 4. Secondas out of the ring.
I'm just hoping that round number 4 will look much better than round number 3. And these rounds are getting better as they progress.
Very good body punch from Chris. Chris Milano, the one with the black and yellow and silver trunk. Mahindu on the other hand, the one with the blue trunk. Chris Milano standing at the southpaw position, having his right and left foot forward.
Oh, Mahindu has been saved by his quick feet because there was a hook coming in, but didn't really find him. And at the same time, that one goes straight into his face. He scored very well there, Chris Milano.
I want to from Chris Milano, and they trip one another as he was going in. He should throw that jab instead of stepping in his foot. I don't know why the referee is not seeing. A left from Chris Milano, an uppercut left from Chris Milano. He should throw that jab instead of tapping.
I think Chris Milano understands the threat that is Jacob Mahindu. If he is able to get in, it will become very difficult for Milano. So he's been keeping his distance. He's been keeping his timing very well. But I think as fatigue continues, then Mahindu is trying to grow in confidence and trying to get in when he's got the chance, because the jabs are not coming as fast as they came in the first few rounds.
Yeah, Jacob seems to be gaining confidence as the rounds progressing, which is a very good show. Going to the body, jab going to the side. He should try at least for that jab to get the target.
Yeah, and the referee there trying to caution Milano, telling him next time I'm going to give you a warning. Oh, that was a good combination, although Mahindu's guard was on point.
Mahindu should avoid the ropes.
Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. getting to the next round. This is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Ndio tunaanza. The night is young.
Secondas out of the ring. Round number 5. Secondas out of the ring.
And we get into round number 5. Remember, this is Vurugu 2, brought to you by Obinna TV Studios, powered by Sportibet.
Chris Milano going to his natural orthodox stance, having his left leg and left hand forward. Some very good combination from Jacob, even though they are not effective. Throwing some rabbit punch a bit. I can hear his coach telling him, Coach Kilu telling him that you should not box as he's boxing.
And for a minute there, Mahindu got inside Chris Milano, only he didn't have the space and the power to at least get inside the body and make an impact that is... I think now you can see the punches work quite clearly. He's keeping his distance, trying to get the timing to get into, at least get into Milano's body, but it's becoming more and more difficult as the round progresses.
Yeah, Milano is using his reach very well, and I can see some confidence from Jacob Mahindu, which is good. Having the better...
That was a great combination there by Chris Milano.
Yeah, he seems to be a very good Polish boxer, going to the body with the right, but he misses. He should come up with the left hook. A 1-2 from Jacob. A right and a left, which Chris Milano misses and goes back to the southpaw position. A right and a left from Chris, going to the body with the right, left.
One thing I'm liking about Milano is he really knows how to use his jab to keep himself safe.
Yeah, he's the taller boxer. That's why a left and an uppercut right from Chris. Right.
Yeah,
Chris responding to the right.
Well.
I want to from Chris, we don't get to the target.
Yeah, and I think Milano is slowing up the game a bit, taking his time, not throwing jabs as fast, but that one got in.
A very good left from Chris. But
I think the follow-up is letting him down.
He's lacking the follow-up, yeah, sure. He's lacking the follow-up.
But he's under very, very good coach, David Kilu.
Yeah, and even where he started off with a very good coach, Coach Valdez Ochieng, who is a former international boxer.
Yeah, David Kilu is one boxer that Kenyans really enjoyed watching him.
And mostly in the professional ranks, he did very well. He's one of the most accomplished boxers in the professional ranks.
Yeah, he's one great professional if you ask me, because I've been around him and with him around the Pal Pal promotions. And I know this is one of Kenya's greatest boxers.
Yeah, he represented Kenya at the Kuala Lumpur Commonwealth Games in 1996.
Secondas out of the ring. Last round, round number 6. Secondas out of the ring.
Where Kenya managed to win 2 silvers and a bronze. The silver came from Solomon Okinyi, Kinyua. the bronze from David Opio.
We are into the last round.
A good one to counter from Chris.
Very interesting boxer, this Chris Milano.
Going to the body with the left. Feinting an uppercut instead of throwing it. Jacob throwing some jabs. We don't land to the target. A very good counter from Chris.
Because I can see if Mahindu had the height of Milano, this fight would have been a bit more interesting because right now, I think
he's in disadvantage, yeah?
It is like it is a disadvantage for him because of Milano's height.
And Milano is using his height very well.
Perfectly well.
But he should learn to throw the jab.
It's been a very interesting fight. Two boxers who understand their trade very well. Very good exchanges, very good combinations. And you can tell these are boxers that are going places because they are boxers with all the stamina that you need to play 6 rounds. It is the 6th round and they still look fresh.
I think they've trained enough. They came well prepared for this bout, which is a good thing. A left from Chris, going back to the orthodox foot stance, putting the shoulder roll. Jacob throwing some rabbit punch. A jab to the body and
right now the
coming back with
concentration
right.
is not even in finishing, but in being able to gather as many points as you can in this round.
Yeah, Chris showing some signs of fatigue a bit.
Oh, once he has gotten in, Jacob Mahindu can really cause trouble when he gets in.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the reasons why Chris Milano, I was
avoided
using his height and his jab to keep him at bay. Because right at the end of it, Jacob Mahindu got in and he caused really a lot of trouble in a few seconds.
And I think that's how he was supposed to do from the first round. The fight would have been a bit close because I give that round to Jacob Mahindu.